My dear friends, once there was a criminal who had committed a serious crime. His crime was enough to get him death sentence. He was then sent to the king for his punishment. The king looked at him and told him that he had a choice of two punishments. Either he could be hung by a rope or take what's behind the big, dark, scary and mysterious iron door. The criminal looked at the hanging rope and then at that dreadful looking iron door. He thought, who knows what would be behind that scary looking door? Maybe there is some terrible wild animal behind it which is hungry, or some kind of ruthless killing device, or if there is any other horrible killing method, who knows what's behind that dreadful iron door? Therefore, it is better that I choose to die by hanging. The criminal accepted to die by hanging with a rope. As the noose was being slipped on him, a curiosity arose in his mind. He turned to the king and asked, "Sir, by the way, I'm curious to know what's behind that door." The king laughed and said, "You know, it's very funny that I offer everyone practically the same choice, and nearly everyone picks the rope." Listening to this, the criminal's curiosity increased all the more, and he asked, "Sir, please tell me what's behind that door. I mean, obviously I won't tell anyone because I'm going to die." The king paused for a moment, then he got serious and answered, "My friend, behind that door it is freedom. If you were to select that door, you would have got freedom. But it seems that most of the people are afraid of the unknown, that they immediately take the rope and choose to die." Yes, my dear friends, the moral of the story is, if we see our lives, we will find that we miss a lot in life because of fear. Yes, my dear friends, in the gospel, the apostles missed their prime focus. They focused on the storm rather than on Jesus, who was bigger than the storm. At this moment, a crucial question comes to my mind. That is, why to fear in our lives when Jesus is near? My dear friends, in the readings of today, we find something similar. In the first reading taken from the book of Job, where the Lord tells Job how he set boundaries for the sea, controlling its limits and waves. In the responsorial psalm, we hear that God shows his power and love by calming the storm and bringing sailors to safety. In the second reading, St. Paul tells us that Christ's love leads us to live for him and not for ourselves. My dear friends, what's our takeaway from today's liturgy? Three things we can. First, God's power over creation. My dear friends, God sets boundaries for the sea and controls its limits. This shows his power and authority. Second, trust in God's control. In the gospel, Jesus, after calming the storm, asks his disciples, "Why are you afraid?" It reminds us to trust in God's control over our lives. Lastly, faith in difficult times. The disciples' fear during the storm shows lack of faith. Jesus' calming of the storm shows that faith in him can bring peace. Yes, my friends, let us pray that we may trust and increase our faith in him. May God bless us all. Have a blessed Sunday. Live Jesus.